Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we take a peek behind the curtain of big business and see if the wizard is actually pulling the strings or just fumbling with the props. Today we're diving into DEVVS, Corp's latest filing. Let's see what's cooking in their year-end report. If you like getting these unfiltered looks at company performance, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we've got a thriving community over on Discord where we break down these reports further, so join us there, link in the description. Alright, so what we have here is what is called a Form 8. Think of it as a company's way of quickly telling the public about major events that shareholders definitely need to know about right away. It's not a regular update like a quarterly report, but more like breaking news from the corporate world. And in this particular 8K, DEVVStream Corp is letting us know they've released their fiscal year. End results, we're talking about the full year ending on the 31st of July 2025. They're also giving us an update on the big projects and efforts they've been working on throughout that year. The exciting stuff, the actual financial results and company updates, are in a press release they put out on November 6th. This is key because it translates those often dry technical numbers into something more digestible. And importantly, it gives us the company's own spin on what all those numbers mean. Now, DEVVS isn't just some small operation. They've got common shares trading on a major exchange, the NASDAQ Stock Market LLC, under the ticker symbol DEVVS. This means a lot of people are investing in this company, and what happens with their financials can directly impact those investors. Being on the NASDAQ means they're subject to pretty strict rules about how and when they disclose information, which is why we have this 8K filing. It's all about transparency for the folks who own pieces of the company. Here is something interesting. DEVVS is identifying itself as an emerging growth company. This is a designation for companies that are generally smaller and have a shorter history of being public. It gives them some flexibility, especially with financial reporting rules, allowing them to delay adopting some new accounting standards compared to older, more established companies. They have not chosen to use the extended transition period for new or revised financial accounting standards, which often means they are trying to keep pace with the latest reporting requirements, or perhaps they are nearing the end of their emerging growth company status. While this 8K focuses on other events, the core of what most people care about when a company files is its financial health. Were they profitable? Did sales go up? What is the outlook? This filing tells us they've released their results. And while the press release is incorporated by reference, we can infer they are detailing their performance for the fiscal year end. So the most critical piece of information here, Exhibit 99.1, is that press release. It's the narrative that explains the numbers. What we'd be looking for in there are the real dollars and cents. How much money did they make or lose? How much did it cost them to make it? And what do they expect for the future? Let's imagine what could be in that press release. They might talk about revenue growth, which is simply the total amount of money brought in from selling their products or services. Did that go up or down? A growing revenue stream is usually a good sign, meaning more people are buying what they offer. Then they'll likely discuss their net income or net loss. This is the bottom line after all expenses are paid. Is there money left over, or are they in the red? They might also mention something like earnings, per share or EPS. This is a key metric showing how much profit is allocated to each outstanding share of common stock. A rising EPS year over year is generally a positive indicator for shareholders. What's also important is how they describe their initiatives. Are these new product launches, strategic partnerships, expansion into new markets? The press release would ideally connect these initiatives to their financial performance, explaining how these actions contributed to their results or how they are expected to drive future growth. Sometimes companies highlight cost management. Were they successful in controlling their expenses over the year? Reducing operational costs while maintaining or increasing revenue is a hallmark of efficient management. We also need to consider any warnings or risks mentioned. Even successful companies face challenges. These could be related to the economy, competition, regulatory changes, or issues specific to their industry. The press release, and by extension this 8K, should touch upon these, giving investors a balanced view. For DEVVS, being an emerging growth company, their focus would likely be on demonstrating progress and future potential. Investors in such companies are often looking for signs of rapid expansion and innovation rather than necessarily immediate, large profits. They want to see a clear path to becoming a dominant player in their field. Now, when we look at the broader picture of the market, companies like DEVVS often operate in dynamic sectors. Factors like technological advancements, shifts in consumer preferences, and global economic conditions can all play a significant role in their success. The initiatives they talk about in their press release would be crucial to understanding how they are navigating these external forces. Are they adapting quickly enough? Are their initiatives truly innovative? Or are they just playing catch-up? Ultimately, the story here is about devs updating us on their past year and giving us a glimpse through their chosen words and numbers of where they plan to steer the ship moving forward. It's about whether they are growing, sustaining, or perhaps facing headwinds. So, what is my take on this filing? Well, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's an announcement that a more detailed report is out. The real meat is in that press release. We need to see those numbers, the revenue, the profit margins, the growth rates, and importantly, the context provided by management on why those numbers are what they are. Are their initiatives truly moving the needle, or are they just standard business practices? The fact that they are an emerging growth company suggests investors are betting on future potential. So the crucial question is whether the initiatives they've highlighted in their press release are credible stepping stones towards that future. We'll need to dig into that press release to see if the story they're telling with their numbers matches the ambition they're projecting. Alright, that is our quick look at what this DEVVS Corp 8K filing is all about. What's your take on these announcements and what potential can you see for devs? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If this breakdown was useful, do give this video a thumbs up, it really helps us out. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve with these corporate insights, hit that subscribe button. Also, remember to join our Discord community, linked in the description, where we dive even deeper. Thanks for watching and, well, see you in the next one.